Have you ever looked at a car and said smash? Well, if you did, may I suggest therapy, or keeping that to yourself next time. What the Car is a time trial challenge game where you play as a living car running through various courses and overcoming obstacles and challenges to get to the finish line. The game was created by Triband, a Danish developer who also created other games similar to this, such as What the Golf and the VR game What the Bat. The game is perfect to pick up and put down with no real commitment, just like modern dating. The game doesn't take itself seriously like how you treat YouTube apologies, except this game didn't sleep with a minor. The game is full of goofs and gaffes that keeps it light and interesting, while offering a challenge to the game that keeps you engaged. The game is structured in an episodic content format, meaning that once the game world is completed, you move on to the next world. There are currently 9 episodes out, each with their own levels inside them. Counted out, the amount of levels available in the game is over 150, and that's just created by the developers alone. With more levels than the body count of your ex, you can be sure that you won't be getting bored easily. Let's not forget a key feature of the game, and that is custom player-made levels. That's right, there is a level creator in the game that allows players to make and publish their own levels. The player-made content allows for nearly infinite replayability and creativity. I've put 20 hours into the game and I gotta say it's pretty fun. The collectible cards per level also gives a fun challenge to the game that keeps me looking at each level, like me looking for the will to live. Each episode of the game is themed from sports to office space, so each episode offers different mechanics to keep things interesting. Another great aspect of the game is that it works perfectly on Steam Deck for that on-the-go fun. The game is constantly updating, with one of the most recent updates being a collaboration with Among Us. Hey, if you like the video, be sure to like and subscribe. Or don't, I'm not your boss. But like your parents, there is always something to be disappointed by. For starters, the cards that you find in each level don't really do anything. The gameplay itself is also repetitive, where you just race to the end in the fastest time possible. The game's end is also underwhelming and just feels cheap. The level difficulty just sometimes spikes out of nowhere, so you're not even sure how to even get the goal time. To 100% some of the worlds requires you to interact with player levels. Some of the mechanics are also just more fun than others, and so you wish they stuck around just like your father. The physics in the game are also just goofy and sometimes don't work properly. The art style may not be up to everyone's tastes. And while the game is being updated regularly, the amount of content in said updates sometimes just feels sparse and seemingly relies on user content to extend the life of the game. In reality, you really only get around 20 hours of content from the base game and not including player levels. And if you don't want to get the cards and just do the levels required, it's even less. Extending the game's lifespan isn't necessarily a bad thing. Take Skyrim's rotten and beaten corpse that's been released over 15 times and over 10 consoles, for example. But what makes it bad in this case is that the gameplay loop is always the same. Overall, however, I really just find myself coming back and enjoying myself. And no, not in that way. I've said time and time again, and I'll keep saying it until the day I die. Buy indie, we are eating good. Aside from the episodic content updates, there are mini updates that adds a new theme for players to build to. Each level is also often a play on words or references that just makes me giggle each time I see it. Being a game you can pick up and put down makes my attention-cooked brain buzz like a microwave hitting my hot pocket at 2 a.m. in a drunken stupor. If you like time trials and the silly designs and interesting mechanics, this game's for you. Overall, I'd give this game a solid 8.2 for being complete and knowing what the game is really seeing itself as. Just remember, the car can't give consent, just saying.